Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Arkhog Games and Skills. Apologize for the delay. I brought my glasses. That's been making things really interesting just now. So I apologize for the delay. With that said, today we're going to be doing a little bit of creative mode. And we'll be investigating some redstone. We have the additional redstone mod on here, and we'll be having a look at that, looking at a little bit of Boolean logic that I am really not great at, so I needed the assistance of this mod. I wanted to kind of highlight the elements of this mod so that you can get to see what it's about. You know what? I'll put all that stuff in here because I'm not going to need it. I'm going to be in creative mode for this go round because that will just make things a little bit more expeditious. And make things simpler. Let me get those out of my inventory in survival mode so I don't wreck them. Here we're going to go teleport over to the ship here. There we go. Okay, and the reason we're starting here is because I wanted to show you that a lot of redstone is in use here. So, for instance, we have a couple of gates at work. I think this is all AND gates. But, so if we switch off the safeties, we go downstairs and open the ports for the dispensers. We report that those ports are open. That port is open. This battery ports is open. That side's ready. So all of the deck is ready to go. We'll run upstairs, and we're in command of everything standing back here where the helm and everything is. We look around, we see that side's ready. This side's ready. The whole of the batteries are ready. We can fire off. Oh, have I used up all the fireworks? Oh. Oh dear. Yep, everything's used up. Okay, well. In any case, you heard the one go, I think, whistle and pop. These would shoot off some fireworks, and it'd be a really cool display around the boat. But I will show you how I have this wired up so that somebody can kind of expand on this. I'm sure anything you like come up with will be as cool, if not cooler, than what I've got here. Switch those back to safe. Close the ports. There we are. And we will circle around here and go back upstairs. And we'll pop over into creative mode. Alright, now I need some building material. Just as soon as I remember how to open my inventory. There we are. Okay, so circuit. I need a circuit maker. We're going to need a boatload of quartz. So we'll be crafting with this, so we'll grab a couple of these. Redstone. Grab a couple of these. I think we'll probably need repeaters. Some stone. There we are. And we'll find out. So the first thing you want to know is that this is the circuit maker. Okay, we'll set him over off to one side. Why not? Yeah, we'll place that there. How do you get the circuit maker? Well, what you can do is look in here. It looks like we need spruce planks, block of redstone, 2 glass, and 3 stones. So that's how this is made. Now, the interesting thing is they made a decision with this is you can't pick it up. So you have to have silk touch to move this. So if you try to move it with your pickaxe and you don't have silk touch, it breaks like glass and you'll hear it shatter. Okay. Let's see, we'll prepare sort of a space. Oh, that's a space right over there. Good enough. Alright, so the first thing we want to add to this. Oh, okay, you're going to be difficult. Alright. So let's see if we can find some of these circuits. Here we go. Okay. So what we're looking for is an oscillator. Okay, an oscillator generates a signal at a random. It's like not so much a random number generator as a random signal generator. So let's see, 8 torches too. Okay. So we'll grab a few of these. Look in here. So we have an oscillator. All right, we'll use up the components for this. And we'll go place that down. And what we'll see is that it's going to vary in between these two things. And it looks like right now it's just generating a stable signal. So I may have this crossed up with something else. But if you need a clock that occupies minimum space, this is it. The first thing you build in any electronics class or any mechanical class is something that effectively operates as a clock. And we're losing the daylight, but that's all right. That helped us see the redstone. So let's place some redstone here. All right, so that's going to come back on and then go off. And I wonder if I can vary this up. So amount of ticks powered. So let's go with 10, and then amount of ticks not powered. I think these are all half seconds, so we'll see what this gets us. So it's not powered, it's going to blink. and then it's going to stay off. So it pops on, stays off, pops on, goes off again. And this operates as a clock. That is amazing, and I'm going to have some of these in some of my future builds. Okay, so if we reverse this, so if we make this 90 and then make this 10, that'll reverse. It'll stay on, pop off real quick, and then pop back on. So I wonder what other values we can have in here. So it was at 50 and 50. So think of this as a percentage of time it ticks. Right, this is where it started. On, off, on, off. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, that's the oscillator. Okay, the next one we want to make, let's see, and I think this is 2 lines out of the the crafting table. That's what this represents. So if I were to take, for instance, what was that? If I look at this, put oscillator, yeah, so we eliminate this bottom row and we go over there and put redstone and stone and redstone torch in there, we'll probably get another one. So if we go over here, we put that there, there, please. No? Not going to do it? Okay, that's interesting. No. Alright, so... Okay, so... This might not be something you can craft in here. I find that a little curious. However, it is what it is. So, next thing we want to make is a timer. And I need to sneeze. Give me a second. Thank you for your patience. Let's see. Let's have a look at the timer. Oh, I needed to put a clock in here. Okay, interesting. All right. So let's grab a clock. Okay, we've used that. Let's grab that. Throw this in here. Place that. Break that. Place this. Time set to power, time set to unpowered. Check every X number of ticks. So that's interesting. So I'm not entirely certain how this one is meant to work. We'll wait for daylight and see what it's up to. It may be solar powered, or it may be some other kind of thing. Let's see. So 2,000 ticks. 2,000 is 100%. So we'll make this 1,000. 1,000. I'll put the 0 there. Make this 1,000. And then save that. We'll see what it gets up to. In the meantime, we'll move on. We have a NOT gate. All right. Okay, so maybe a NOT gate is something you do have to make. In the circuit maker. All right. So we'll have a look. Okay, slabs is what it wants. Fair enough. And this, I think, is the basis for all the others. So put those in there. Put that in there. That in there. And these in there. Aha, okay. So it doesn't matter which one you want. The formula in here is the same. I see. All right. So we'll need an AND gate. NAND gate. OR gate. NOR gate. Beauty. NOT gate. XOR, so XOR. XOR. SR latch, which I'm thinking might be like a T flip-flop, or this might be a T flip-flop, I'm not sure. Nope, this is a T flip-flop, all right. So that's distinct. All right, a sequencer. So this is the first time I've really had a look in here. So we'll get these placed and see what they're up to. And I didn't see this go off. So we'll check that out. And I know how AND works. So let's place an AND. Hey guys, I'm using this space. You're going to have to move along. All right. So we got AND. We have, let's see, and there, and there, then we have an AND over there. So an AND gate requires that all of the signal that feed into it are hot, so that it can let out a hot signal. So, for instance, we put a hot signal here. It's not going to do anything. This AND requires three inputs, 3 hot inputs. So nothing, and then we have that going. So, for instance, we grab a lever. Here we are. Toss the lever over here, and redstone in case we make an error of some nature. So if we place the levers here, here, and here, right? All of these have to be powered in order for it to release a powered signal, right? And this is how the safeties I have over on the ship work. So let's see, how do I have it on the ship? I actually have a redstone torch on the third signal, and that's the safe position. You can go, bro. Alright, so this would be the downstairs signal, right? So They report that they're ready. Starboard side reports that they're ready. Upper deck, starboard side reports are ready. Upper deck on the port side reports that they're ready. Now these are the floors on that ship over there. So got 2 signals coming in. How do I want to run this? Okay, so it'll have to run around the long way. That's fine. Right. Yep. And I'll need a repeater in there just because that's such a long stretch. So signal actually peters out before it reaches this. That's all right. Ah, that's right. So let's see. Right, okay. That's how I've done that. So these operate as the safety mechanisms. They switch this on and off. Then I have the main battery ready right there, and the command to trigger the dispensers there. This would be facing up, that'd be facing down, and then this would send the signal out to the dispenser. So let me get a repeater in here real quick. I don't already have one on hand. Do have repeaters, all right. Okay. So the signal becomes too weak. There we go. There we go. So now these two are ready, but you see the signal coming in here. That doesn't trigger the AND gate because, again, the condition is all of these have to be hot before this will fire. So now the gun deck reports that they're ready. We're almost there. Now we give the command to trigger the dispensers. We push that button and it fires off the dispensers. That's how I have the ship set up. That's your AND gate. So that's how I've got the ship set up. I'm sure that there are probably ways to maybe shorten that, but wanted it to kind of be accurate to the way the old ships would operate. Obviously, we're in Minecraft, it's not going to be flawless or anything, it's just ballpark idea. Then what we can do is move on to the next type of circuit. The AND gate, that was AND. Right. And then we have the, where is it? OR. The OR gate. So the OR gate is going to put out a signal if one side or the other is hot. So yeah, I had meant to get this ready beforehand, but this week has been a comedy of errors. We'll call it that. So we have that, we have that. So if we make this one hot, right, it'll send the signal. If we make that one hot, it'll send the signal. And I think it's got room for one more. So all of these can basically receive signal from any side. So if it's receiving a signal from any one of these, it'll send its own signal along. Or if any of these is powered, it'll send a signal along. Basically, it effectively acts as a junction. Okay, that's the OR gate. Then we have, where did it go? We have NOR, which, if I remember correctly, will send a signal. Effectively, it operates as a NOT OR. And maybe I want to put the NOT down first. We'll flip-flop, sorry, latch, or NOT. Here we are. NOT. Okay, so none of these are powered. I think this has only got one link. So, yeah, that's not going to change anything. Because effectively that's not there. Okay, so NOT. This signal's not going to match what's coming into it from this link right here. So this off, so that's not off. So if we switch this to hot to on, this is not on. Basically, it's an inverter. This is not doing what that is. So this will reverse. And this is helpful if you want to make some things that change state a little bit a different kind of way. Let's see, where did I put that? T flip-flop or where did NOR go? There it is. This is NOR. So that's a NOT OR gate. So this signal does not match these signals. Now if I switch any of these on, that switches off. You can see over there on the left, switches off. So it's sort of an inverter junction kind of thing. So if any of these is on, that's off. That's how that works. And I've thrown it on the ground. So let's see. OR, NOR, XOR. So this one is simple to explain if you were talking to somebody who used it more often. I don't. So if one of these is on, yeah, right. So it's XOR, which pretty much means only, or this one can be on, or that one can be on. But you can't have two on at the same time. And that's interesting. All right. So it's almost like a comparator, but it's a NOT OR gate. So if any one of these is on, it can be on. If two are on, it's off. If three are on, it's on again. That's pretty peculiar. So maybe I misunderstand something, but that's how this is going to work in here. So That's that one. Maybe switched off. All right, so that is XOR. We did XNOR, not more NAND. All right, that's the AND gate. This is not AND. Okay, so this is reversed from those. Let me see if I remember. So I think all of these have to be powered on, and then that signal will switch off. Yeah. So this is a not AND. So remember, the AND gate, all of these had to be powered, and it would power. That's powered when any of these is cold or switched off, and that comes on. And I know this is not the most exciting stream, but for the logic feeds out there, this mod can save you a great deal of grief building something the size of that ship or that lighthouse, trying to build like 2 or 3 of these gates. It's modded Minecraft. For some of you, that's cheating. For me, this is a quality of life improvement. Let's see, have we done all these? We have done all these. Okay, that's a repeater. We know what the repeater is. Okay, you know what? Let's not presume. Let's not presume. So, redstone repeater. Sends 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 16. So if I send a signal into that repeater, what it's going to do is send the signal on at maximum strength. See how it's dimmer here and bright here? If it receives a hot signal at all, it sends the signal along at maximum. But the repeater can also be used as sort of a clock with a tick delay. So if I switch this off, right, and then I switch it back on, it waits that number of ticks to send the signal along. And we'll grab a lamp. Here we are. So we'll put a lamp here, a lamp there, a lamp at the end. So if, for instance, I send the signal out, you'll see those lamps light up at different intensities. I think that they used to. Okay, I'm wrong. And this is beyond the maximum signal. So from source being 1, it'll stretch out to 15 blocks. So if, for instance, we break that, yep, that's still hot. There we are. So I guess lamps only light up at maximum intensity, but that's how that works. Oh, we can leave that there. That'll make that interesting. Oh, I am missing everything. Here we go. And then, let's see, what else did we get? We grabbed SR latch. I don't remember what this is. I don't remember toggle latch, which is different from what they're calling a T flip-flop here. And then a sequencer, which I also don't remember. Sequencer might be sort of what I've got going on up here, with a lot less redstone necessary. I'm not sure. So let's see. This is an SR latch. So let's see what this does. All right. Now, does it have different settings? Okay, so it seems like it's a small AND gate, which is probably mistaken. I'll have to look this up. We'll come back and revisit this, maybe on the next stream. We'll continue this, or if we get this completed, we can take a look at the tiny ships mod. Move that out of the way. All right, so that's the SR latch. So let's see. Okay. So once that's switched on, so it's sort of a T flip-flop. So once it's on, it's on. All right. There's no connection here. If you can see this, it's got details on where the links come in, and there's no detail here, so it's not being affected by that redstone. So I may be misunderstanding something. I'm not terribly good at this, but it's been a tremendously helpful mod, and I do want to give it its love, because it's made that ship possible, and I am tremendously grateful for it. And it may help me get this lighthouse kind of refined, and some of the volume of material I have invested in that reduced. We'll see. Okay, so this is the SR latch. Once it's on, it looks like that's it. It's on. If there's a way to power it off, I'm not sure, but once it's on, it's on. It acts like a redstone lamp that you can switch on. So we're going to switch that off. Toggle latch. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, okay, so I've got this placed sideways. Okay, so it's a toggle latch. All right. So I'm wondering if this is, if we recognize this. Oh. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So if you see what's going on here, when I send a redstone signal to this, it swaps its path. So it goes from here into this, then it sends it along out either of these sides, and it only switches it when it receives what I'm calling an up signal or a hot signal, right? So you see, watch when I flip it here. Do you mind? Can you immolate somewhere else, please? Rude. Go on. I don't want to be on fire. Goodness. So much noise. So much drama. Okay, so if I switch this off, and then switch it back on, this switches. And it looks like you can also switch it directly, which is nice. But if you have to hide this for whatever reason or have it on the far end of something, you can send a signal along to it. So that's pretty interesting. I like that. I'm sure I will figure out a way to put that to use. T flip-flop. So T flip-flop is one of my favorites. I've used this a lot in another game. Oh, okay. So what happens is you send a hot signal to it and it switches on and it stays on. You send another signal to it and it switches off. And that's its job. It switches on and it switches off. after it receives a signal, but it only switches when it receives an up signal or a hot signal, right? So you can use this, for instance, to say open or close piston, or switch the lights on and off. That's how that works. Has that been everyone? Or if I got one more sequencer. A sequencer. I need to know what you look like. Oh, all right. Well, there we are. All right, that's all that does. Oh, all right. Number of ticks until amount of ticks until update. Nice. So let's see. 50, probably out of 100. So if I increase this to 100, that'll stay on for 50 ticks. And that slows it down. So making that number larger slows it down. So if, for instance, you have, oh, I don't know, pistons that you want to move in a sequence, this will do it. I could use this up there. I want two of those on at the same time, so possibly not. But this looks like it could be tremendously useful in here. I do like that. So let's make this faster then. Can I make this 200? No, it's not arguing with me. So probably the maximum is 2000. I can't imagine anything needing to stay on that long. So let's make this 20. Save that. So it should get going pretty quick. There we go. I could make that absurdly fancy. I'm just realizing. I'm not sure I want to get that fancy with this. But that is the expanded redstone. No, I'm actually really impressed. The maker of this. I'll look that up. You know what? I'll look that up right now. The correct way to approach this. There we are. So let's have a look. Let's see. Additional redstone mod. Okay, so this was made by Bucherworm, the bookworm, I guess. It's German. Buecher underscore WURM. It's over on CurseForge. And it is lovely. And so I'm going to say thank you for making this. So that's accreditation where accreditation is due. Let me see. Do we want to cover redstone fundamentals in here. I don't know. I want to move along. These redstone, this redstone mod is amazing. I missed. Let's fix this. There we are. Clean this up because I know that my guildies, my server members will want to build their. I think is going to be a what? New England style or Norse style, maybe a little village here, and I'm not going to leave a mess for them to clean up because I love my crafters. They're made of awesome. Okay, that was the redstone mod. Let's get this stuff cleaned up. Okay, so here we go. Silly. Let's get those out of here. And instead, grab some lumber. We'll start building ships. What's good? What's pretty? Spruce is pretty. Jungle. Love the jungle planks. There we go. Jungle planks. Wool. Iron. Ingots, I think, are appropriate here. And then we want chests. Chest, there we are. Chest decoration block. Is that a decoration block? No, storage block, huh? Alright, so probably want the native one. So I do have expanded storage installed on this, and we'll go over that at some point. But right now, I want to cover the tiny ships. Because that is just so much fun. All right, so yeah, let's see, Kong, which is let's see, we have the oh, there they are. With the brig. And then the other one, which is the galley. There we are. So I have so many of these little boats floating around here that it's ridiculous. But you know what? I don't care. That there is the cog. That's the, I believe that's the smallest of the lot. And I'll show these off in a minute here. That is the brig. That's, I think, the largest. And then this here is the galley. And you'll see this one has oars. This one operates like the rowboat does, so you don't need to remember too much fancy stuff. But there's only really one thing to remember, which is the letter R. And it allows you to release the sails. Really the only thing you need to remember. So let's get building. All right. We want to get in here, and what we're looking for to get started. So we want to build a sail. Oh, okay. So I need leads as well. All right. So we need wheat. I think it's wheat to make leads. Here. Let's look that up. Lead. Hello. Oh. Swap that back. Put lead in. What's the formula for that? String. That was wheat. And a slime ball. Okay. Well, that's how you make the lead. So I need. I'll just grab a pile of those. All right. So we need to make a sail. So we need to put. What was it? Logs. I need logs. Okay. Fair. Okay. Okay. If I could spell it, it'd be spectacular. Jungle log. I'll toss that out of there. Come back into here. Type in sail. And we'll make some sails. Okay. So, why are you being difficult? Okay, is it specific to one type of wood then? Interesting. Dark oak, stripped oak, oak. Birch. Did I did I choose the wrong jungle log? So okay. So I have glow wool. I grabbed the wrong kind of wool. Fair enough. All right, wool. What's that? Glow wool. I see. I grabbed the wrong thing. That's what. So we go back in here, place the logs, the leads, and the correct kind of wool. There we are. Okay. That's why it wasn't working. Fair enough. So we will make a whole pile of these sails. A whole pile of a bunch of other things. Boom. 12. Good to go. Good enough. Alright, so we have 12. That should be enough to make all these ships. Okay, so and you all understand how to make a chest, right? Let's revisit that just in case. Just in case. That's odd. Why is that not showing me? Mini chest. Old chest. No. Trap chest, chest. There we go. That's the expanded storage. Okay, so you see how you take the planks and just run them around the edge here. That's how you get the chest. Okay. First, we're going to build the cog. Aha, so you need to build basically boats to make the cog. So what we need to do then is process this into lumber and make a whole bunch of boats. Boom, here we are. Ah, that's right, they don't stack. That's okay. Put those across the bottom. What was it? A sail and 2 leads. So take the sail, put him in there. Take the leads, put those in there. take the jungle boats, put those up. And we have the cog. Alright, so they don't stack. That's fine. So the trick to placing the boat, though, okay, the trick to placing the ship is that you need many, oops, that was good. I think it's 6 by 6 block ahead of you. It's going to face the way you're facing. So if I place this and right click, I will accidentally end up in it. That's how you end up in it. So to get out, you just crouch and it'll pop you out. Ooh, I'm having some sort of issue. Alright, I'm not sure what that's about. If I right click, it places me in the ship. Okay, the interesting thing about the ship is it has its own inventory. It has 2 slots. Okay, this is the cog. This is the smallest of the lot. Now, if I want to sail, do I press W? Don't press W yet. What you want to do is you want to press R. Okay, so you press the R button. Alright, I'll just put that note down there. Press R, that releases the sails, and you're off at a very minuscule pace. If you open up the inventory, it'll tell you how fast your maximum speed you're going. So I'm doing about 8 kilometers per hour. Now, if I use W, and you can zoom out also. If you press W a couple of times, W acts as the throttle. Steering is A and D, just like always. The thing is, you can tippy tap and get little steers out of it and make long, wide turns. If you want to make a tight turn, you have to press and hold, and it'll get going pretty good. The problem is, when I finally release, you'll see it just keeps cranking along until that rudder returns to center. So if I crank it to the right here, the starboard side, what happens is that rudder gets cranked way over, and now it has to come back to center. And I have a lot of practice at this, so I kind of know when it's going to come back. But so you want to stop sailing, you can press S to slow down. It kind of works as a throttle. And then if you want to park, you can see how far up over the land it runs. Press R once more, and it reels up the sail. So if I press crouch, it releases me. Now, the cool thing about these boats, they have several seats in them. Okay, so if I had another entity here with me, a friendly entity, I could show you how many seats each of these have. I think this one has 4. The brig has 8, I think. The galley has 6. Right? So you can get a lot of people into these. As for being attacked, I'm not sure how the health works, but they are very robust, and I've bonked into all sorts of terrain, and it's not broken. I don't know how it's going to behave on lava. I know there's an exploit / intentional thing that Mojang and Microsoft have left in that allows the boats to exist on lava, which I hope they leave, because that's just a feature that people have used for so long that I imagine if they removed that, they would break a lot of people's game. And I think that would just lead to a lot of grief. Let us make the galley next. And that's jungle galley. No, I don't want to. What did I do? I did it wrong. I did it backwards. Galley. So we'll put that in there like that. So we need 3 of these across the top. See how this needs chests? So you're going to keep in mind that we needed the storage, right? So we need a sail in the center, 2 chests on either side of that, to place boats across the bottom, and then, oh, I've done it. Again. Yes, okay. And then lassos all the way across the top. Okay. I can remember this. I can, I swear. Okay, so boats, storage, and leads across the top there, and you end up with your galley. Okay. The galley, since I've got one here, I'll be loading up the server with a bazillion boats. This is the galley, and now you're going to be there rowing, and when you press W, you can go. You're going to get going, and it steers like a ship. I have long ago let go of the directional button, cranking around this way, and eventually it will straighten out. Now, I let go of the go button, stops rowing. Now, if I press W, it'll start to sail again. And I press W and release that throttle, sail like a throttle. It'll sail without you having to row. These are really nice if your fingers are getting tired. You're doing an exploration and charting the rivers and oceans. The sailing is really nice. The other thing that's really nice is the fact that the ship has an inventory. Now okay, the galley is the smallest. All right. Galley might be seating 4. Okay. And we'll reel that in. Okay. Release this. You can walk off of these. They clip funny a little bit. So you see there, I have fallen through the boat. Right click again, and I'm back in. Now, places your camera back underneath because I was facing upwards, but it will connect you to the boat again. So what do I do if I have a bunch of entities in here? What you do is you crouch and you right click like you're trying to get into the boat or access the inventory. And what will happen is all your guys, your horses or whomever, come loose, and you can grab them and ride them off of here, or direct them if you're dealing with some contraption that requires villagers. The ships have been a quality of life item I don't regret. The only caveat I have to warn you about on these ships is you can outpace your chunk loading. So if, for instance, you get going along the ocean real quick, you can run off the edge of the world, basically. The chunk ahead of you didn't load, you shoot off the end of the world and start plunging into the great beyond. And it can cause the game to crash. So just be aware. The boats, these tiny little ships, are fast. They're fast and they're handy. And we're going to build that big guy over there. That's the brain cells. The Come on, buddy, we can do it. The brig. That's the brig over there. So if we want to build the brig, we place 3 boats, 2 sails. Ah, okay. So we want a dark oak boat with chest. Okay. So it looks like what we need to do then is, I mean, creative, I can just place these. And then, how did this work? I know there was a way to do it. I have my own way. Build these in the... I know there's a way. Boat. Yeah, okay. No sweat. So we put this up here. We put this up here. Get that back. This up here. Get that back. Put this up here. And we get that back. Simple enough. Move those out of the way. What we can do then is place these in here. Place that in the center. And place a sail on either side. And we get the brig back, which is this one right here. Okay, I'm not going to be adding another boat. Okay, so let's go visit the brig. So, oh no, I fall into the water, swim, swim, swim. And I right click, and it places you here. That's the B driving position. This is, for storage, this is a big boat. There's your, I think that's a double chest worth. And then that's page 2. And then that's page 3. So you have 3 pages of inventory, which is 6 by 9. Okay, that is an awful lot of inventory. But additionally, and oh, yeah, you don't need to be there, bud. Additionally, we don't use this feature. I haven't shown this off. But you can make ship cannons. Okay. So logs, blocks of iron, and string. So I don't have those materials on me, and I don't feel like troubling. But what we can do is grab a pile of these. They don't stack. That's fine by me, honestly. We'll grab a passel of these. And pile of cannonballs. 16, I see. Then we go over to our cog here. And just by right clicking, you can place these. All right, so this one carries 4, what are we going to call these? Carronades. Look like they're shorties. So, and you can turn in place, which is kind of nice if you get stuck. You don't have to like keep bashing through stuff. We're going to get going. Get cruising along, and then we'll choose these. I don't know if you have to put these into the inventory or how exactly that works. I am curious to see how these behave against terrain. But I haven't been using these on the server just because for me personally, Minecraft is a fantasy setting. I'm sure some of you are out there doing Star Trek and stuff, and more power to you. I love me some Star Trek, to be honest. But there's another platform that I use for my sci-fi needs. Alright, so we'll get up against some terrain here. I don't think anybody's built anything around here, so we'll ease that throttle back. Pressing W. Get turn broadside. Cut the throttle. Now, I don't know if these have to be loaded into the inventory on the ship. Okay, I don't know. I do not know how to fire the cannons. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so alright, so I know that it's there, and oh, you know what? Smooth brain moment. Let's try this. Tiny ships. Tiny ships. One word. Shinies. Shiny. Now let's put a space then. Let's see if that works. Tiny armor. Tools and shield. Shinies. Just enough chips. Well, no, that is just odd. Tisk tisk. Okay. Kinda disappointed in the search engine, but that's neither here nor there. Let's try this on Google then. Tiny ships. Minecraft. Odd. There we are. Fabric and Forge. Curse Forge. Yep, that's where I just was. Small ships. Really? Oh, they have just straight up moved it. They moved it over to Modrinth. So if you're interested, there's Modrinth. Small ships. I've been calling this tiny ships. This is small ships. W as third person view. To dismount an entity from the ship, right click the entity. Okay, okay. To open the inventory, stand outside the ship, crouch, right click the ship cannons. To hit a cannon, you need to right click the ship with a cannon in your hand. To shoot the cannon, you need to look in the direction of the cannon and press space while sitting in the ship. Also need to have a round shot in the ship's inventory. Okay, so let us look in the direction. Did that ruin the terrain? I don't know. That was incredibly loud. Like, I don't think you understand how loud that was. That was so loud. All right, so what we've got. All right, so I see blocks sitting there. So yes, this is. So is that pushing the terrain back, I wonder? Try to shoot this edge off. All right, and it is raining, so I'll probably come back through this Can you aim this? I think you can kind of, sort of, mostly, but not really aim. Oh, yes. It is destructible of terrain. Noted. All right. So, that is small ships. Quality of life improvement, to be sure. 100%. Faster travel, you'll need a slime farm or willingness to travel to the swamps to get yourself some slime to make the leads. And a little bit of determination and oceans that are deep enough. Now we're on the mod called Deeper Oceans. But this is small ships. I thought it was tiny ships. My mistake. All right, and like you see here, you can crash into the terrain and not have to be terribly worried about it. Now, I'm going to. Oh, did that? Okay, there they are. I'm not going to leave those in here. My players want cannon on their ships. Nope. They are going to have to let me out, please. Thank you. There we are. All right. Get these cleaned up. That was small ships, and small ships is brought to us by creators Talhanation and Metrolite as a contributor. Talhanation, Talhanation. Let's get that pin. That's the creator of this mod. There we are. Okay. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I have to fix my glasses. I broke my glasses, so I'm going to use some super glue and get these fixed up. It's becoming more and more difficult as I stream to keep my glasses on. So my tune is acting funny. And that's just how it goes. And at some point we may visit the Fantasies Furniture, but that is a humongous mod, so we may visit a sort of a foreshortened version of this. And in the meantime, thank you for joining us. Really do appreciate you. Please leave a like and a subscribe if you're feeling in the mood. And we'll see you next time. I'll be on again tomorrow to make up for Monday's missed stream. I was helping a friend out with a situation. They needed a ride. And friends come first. So I'll catch you again tomorrow, 10 p.m. EST.